A very good evening. It is the 20th day of October 2023. Happy Mashujaa Day to all of you who are watching at this moment from wherever you're watching us from. This is Look Up Weekend, and as we usher in the weekend, remember the theme for this Mashujaa Days has been universal health care, with the president launching the health providers who are going to be walking around to be testing people and many other different things, checking pressure, and just what exactly they're going to be doing. We have that and so much more in our stories tonight. And still on health, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And on our night's conversation, we'll be talking about breast cancer and, of course, hormonal bit of it that causes breast cancer that not many people are aware of. All that coming to you right now. But before we get into it, here are our top stories. Tonight on Look Up Weekend. Four dead as others injured during the Mashujaa Day Stampede in Kericho County. Healthcare for all.
Representing Nairobi, County 0647, because of time.
President William RUTO launches the universal healthcare as he deploys community health promoters during the Mashujaa Day celebrations. Athi River evictees continue to count losses as demolitions now enter day 8. And a conversation on the burden of breast cancer takes center stage tonight as we mark Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Once more, welcome to the weekend. This is Look Up Weekend. I am Nancy Nalima. Our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Let's begin. 4 people have been confirmed dead following a stampede at Green Stadium during this year's Mashujaa Day celebrations. The stampede is said to have occurred after an accidental hot tea spill from a vendor caused a scare at the stadium. The celebrations, however, went on as planned. President William RUTO celebrating hardworking Kenyans as true heroes. Henry Tende with more.
This year's Mashujaa Day celebrations were characterized by beautiful performances, as it has now become the norm to honor men and women whose sacrifice brought freedom in the country from the colonialists. Today's event held in Kericho began on a sad note as 4 people lost their lives in a stampede after an accidental spill of hot tea from a vendor caused commotion. The incident, which was confirmed by security agents, also left scores nursing serious injuries. This occurrence did not, however, dampen the mood of this crucial day in the calendar of the nation, as President William RUTO and his deputy led Kenyans and invited dignitaries in celebrations. President William RUTO, in his speech acknowledging every Kenyan who is committed to developing and making the country a better place as the true heroes.
Mashujaa Day is a celebration of the power of individuals to change the course of history and the destiny of a nation. It is a reminder that nations are driven forward and changed by individuals, ordinary men and women who believe they can make a difference and who believe they can change the status quo.
The head of state imploring Kenyans to embrace the spirit of Mashujaa in their hearts to advance the interests of the nation through hard work in various fields such as agriculture, education, industrial productions, among other fields.
Our heroes today are on the farms, the markets, in factories, in offices, in construction sites, and in many other places. Our heroes are using their creativity to create content and shape culture. They are playing on fields, running on tracks, and working across many other fields. Every day, when we do our best, when we deploy our diligence, intellect, passion, creativity, hard work, and the sense of purpose, every day that we believe we can make a difference, we are changing our country.
Foreign Affairs Minister for Angola, Antonio Tete, who represented his president Joao Lourenco, praising Kenya for playing an integral role in Angola's attainment of freedom and self-rule.
Enough words to thank the Kenyan people for contributing not only to our freedom, but also for consolidating, helping the Angolan people to consolidate our independence.
Today's celebrations marked the second Mashujaa Day celebrations under the leadership of President William RUTO and came against the backdrop of hard economic conditions for many Kenyans. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
And staying on that, President William Ruto has stressed again that he will work for all Kenyans and that he will not discriminate against anyone based on political affiliations. Speaking when he delivered a state address during the country's commemoration of the Mashujaa Day in Kericho, the president said he will serve every Kenyan. Thousands of Kenyans thronged Kericho Green Stadium to mark this year's Mashujaa Day celebrations.
During the Mashujaa Day celebrations in Kericho, President William Ruto launched the universal healthcare coverage, seeking to ensure healthcare for all, a move that seeks to bring healthcare services closer to people with the deployment of 100,000 community health promoters.
Kwa hii mfumo mpya ya afya ambayo tunazundua leo. Ya kwanza, pale katika level 1, 2 and 3, dispensary na health center, kila Mkenya atapatiwa matibabu bila malipo yoyote.
Each community health promoter will take charge of at most 100 households within their localities as part of the government's emphasis on the preventive approach in the war against diseases.
Na gharama ya matibabu katika level 1, 2 and 3, gharama yake italipiwa na serikali ya Kenya kupitia kwa ile fund ya primary health.
The kits include a backpack, first aid box, jacket, weighing scale, infrared clinical thermometer, mid upper arm, circumference tape, and a Mioc tape. The community health promoters have been issued with special and digital gadgets that will help them collect data on the services they offer to the locals. The gadgets are linked up with the county government health officials as well as the national government to help in tracking health of Kenyans.
Hawa community health promoters, hawa mashujaa wamekuwa wakifanya kazi ya afya kama volunteers kwa miaka nyingi. Na ndio tumesema tukienda mbele, kwa sababu hawa community health promoters wamefanya kazi ya muhimu. Sasa tutawapatia vifaa. Jambo la pili, tutahakikisha ya kwamba watapata malipo kwa kazi mzuri wanayofanya kwa afya katika taifa letu la Kenya.
However, President William Ruto noted there have been challenges in implementing the plan since 2003, 2013 and 2018, citing shortage of government budgetary resources, weak health systems and high poverty levels. He further set aside 3 billion shillings to cater for the stipends.
Quality community health data is essential for the planning, resource allocation and monitoring of progress towards universal health coverage. The government is committed to delivering on the digital health agenda, starting from the community level.
The universal healthcare bills were passed in Parliament on Tuesday and assented into law on Thursday by President William Ruto. The bills are the Social Health Insurance Bill, Digital Health Bill, Primary Healthcare Bill, and the Facility Improvement Financing Bill.
Tunabadilisha sheria. Jana niliweka sahihi sheria 4 mpya ambayo itatumika kuendesha mambo ya afya ambayo itafikia Wakenya wote katika taifa letu la Kenya.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Kenyans are set to benefit highly from quality and affordable health services after President William Ruto launched Universal Healthcare Coverage Bill. The launch, which took place today during the Mashujaa Day celebrations in Kericho, will see Kenyans get free medical services in level 1, 2 and 3 hospitals.
A day after President William RUTO signed into law 4 universal healthcare coverage bills, which includes Social Health Insurance Bill, Primary Healthcare Bill, Facility Improvement Bill and Digital Health Bill, the launch has finally taken place. President RUTO launched the bills during the Mashujaa Day celebrations in Kericho.
Tumekuwa tukitafuta mbinu, jinsi na namna ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba afya inamfikia kila Mkenya na afya isiwafikie wale wako na uwezo peke yao, lakini ifikie kila Mkenya kwa sababu maisha ya kila Mkenya ni ya muhimu.
The head of state has noted the concern that many Kenyans struggle to acquire healthcare services while giving assurance that the bills will benefit all Kenyans equally.
Na gharama ya matibabu katika level 1, 2 and 3, gharama yake italipiwa na serikali ya Kenya kupitia kwa ile fund ya primary health. Sasa Wakenya watajumuishwa katika usimamizi wa ile facility. Nyinyi katika kijiji yenu, katika mtaa wenu, nyinyi mtakuwa na kamati ya kushughulikia mambo ya afya katika dispensary yenu, katika health center yenu. Ndio kama hakuna dawa, nyinyi wenyewe mtashughulika, mjue na mtupatie habari ya kwamba hakuna dawa katika hii hospitali, ndio Wakenya waweze kupata nafasi ya kupata afya katika mahali karibu pale nyumbani.
President RUTO has maintained that his government is focused on ensuring preventive approach to diseases and promotion of good healthcare services through community healthcare workers rather than the curative approach which has been the norm for years.
The promotive services provided by community health promoters at the household units and integration of preventive services at the primary health care level. These services will include screening for hypertension, diabetes, and high conditions, offer the necessary health education on water and sanitation, nutrition, and provide community rehabilitation services.
The success of the launch of Universal Health Coverage Bill has given the President a sigh of relief, as several attempts failed in 2003, 2013, and 2018. According to the President, already 1 million families in 10 counties have already been attended to by community health workers, with 3 billion shillings now set for the program. Beatrice Kageha, Lookuptv.
And still in the spirit of Mashujaa Day celebrations, let's take a look at how different counties marked this day.
The 60th Mashujaa celebrations were held today across the country. In Kirinyaga County, some of the elected leaders failed to turn up for the ceremony. With the county commissioner warning the politicians against inciting residents and creating disunity in the county, adding that the government will deal with such leaders.
Kwa mambo ya pombe haramu hatuwezi kosa kuongea, na hapa Kianyaga iko na shida kwa sababu second generation kile tunashika kwa wingi siku hizi ni hapa.
Kajiado County, the celebrations were led by Governor Joseph Olelenku and the County Commissioner Jude Wesonga. The celebrations were held at Mashuru, Kajiado East, with health issues taking center stage.
Ndio wako na mashida kama za renal unit, mambo ya diabetes, mambo ya dialysis, na inakuwa ngumu kama hawana insurance card. Hata saa zingine watu wanatumia kama njia ya kuuza shamba.
Speaking during the celebrations, Lengu emphasized on the need of political leaders to detach from divisive politics but instead embrace unity of purpose and focus on development.
Ya bora kwa kila jamii na nawatakia our community health promoters kila laheri. Nimeona hiyo bagi yao iko na mashini muhimu. Naomba muzitunze hizo vifaa ili muweze kuwahudumia watu wetu vizuri.
Catherine Saina, Lookuptv.
Good time to take a break here on the program. When we come back, run through a few stories and get into a conversation of the night. We're talking about breast cancer. It is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and breast cancer is the leading one of the leading cancers in the country and the third death-causing cancer in the country. And it is about time that we talk more about it and create more awareness. Coming up shortly.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park, fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Introducing the Kenya Trade Fair Fusion Sales Drive event in the heart of Nairobi at the Kenya National Archives. It's not just an event, it's sales generation with a remarkable return on investment. Get ready to let your booth do the talking as you study new market trends with lots of entertainment featuring traditional live bands, DJs, and artists. For vendor registration, call 0724 715 334 or 0713 907 584 or 0723 861 173.
Welcome back. This is Look Up Weekend. Nancy Nalima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. Demolitions at the East Africa Portland Cement have entered day 8 following a ruling by Machakos Land and Environment Court, which declined an application by Aima Lukenya Society that sought to stop the exercise. Justice Annette Nyukuri, who gave the ruling, dismissed the application in which the applicant claimed the property in question on grounds that the application did not meet legal threshold to warrant an injunction.
As the country marks Mashujaa Day today, demolitions at the East African Portland Cement Company on 4,260-acre piece of land entered its day 8. Bulldozers continue to bring down structures, with the exercise entering home stretch after Machakos Lands and Environment Court declined an application to stop the eviction yesterday.
Even at the preliminary stage, is said to have any iota of authenticity. The court ought not to grant an injunction. This is because Article 40 of the Constitution protects the right to acquire and own property, and Section 24 of the Land Registration Act provides for rights appertinent to or attendant to registration. so that there ought not to be a limitation on the right to enjoyment of one's property without a lawful and justifiable basis. An injunction limits the enjoyment of proprietary rights, and until those rights are clarified in the ultimate pronouncement of the court by a judgment and decree, that the court must ensure that the limitation passes the legal threshold provided in law.
Victims say the damage has already been done, and if the court granted the stop orders, it will have been insignificant.
Serikali kama ingekuwa ni kupenda kwangu, wangetuchukua kama wale wengine. Watije wakatudhulumia na wale wengine wakawafea nafasi waishi.
Hundreds of homes and business premises are now reduced to rubbles. The once magnificent estate, fondly referred to as county estate, has now been reduced to a shell.
Mtaa wa Athi River, mtaa unaitwa county, ambapo tumebomolewa, tumeadhirika kwa upande wa kubomolewa, kudhulumika, ambapo bado inasemekana ngambo ya barabara Mombasa Road hawatafanya nini, hawatabomolewa. Kwa hivyo hiyo sio fair. Bado ni kama tumeonewa upande mmoja, kuna wengine labda wako ni wao.
Hundreds of armed GAC officers who previously oversaw the demolition now reduced to only a handful of regular police officers. According to an officer overseeing the exercise, the demolitions are likely to be completed by Sunday. Aludagail for Lookuptv, Machakos County.
And the Senate committee probing the Shakahola massacre has presented its report recommending the prosecution of controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie after its investigation. In its report, the committee has faulted Mackenzie by placing him at the center of the deaths by having been directly and indirectly involved in major recruitment process of believers that resulted to over 429 deaths. Stanley Lugaria with a detailed report.
The report by Senate Ad Hoc Committee led by Tana River Senator Danson Mongatana after its installation 5 months down the line to assess the happenings in the Shakahola Kilifi forest. It is now clear that the controversial preacher Paul Nthengi Mackenzie has a court case to answer to.
The police are hereby allowed to hold the respondents in detention for a period not exceeding 30 days from the 3rd of May 2023.
The committee recommends DCI to investigate Mackenzie against the Shakahola mystery, leading to the death of more than 429 people, while recommending the withdrawal license of the Good News International Ministries, as well as the investigation and prosecution of the national and Kilifi County security officials in charge during the happenings for negligence. The Mungatana Committee now wants registration and regulation of religious by the government and private religious councils in the country, calling on the Parliament to approve the Religious Registration Association Bill 2023.
I think that is where the umbrella bodies fall. Yes. When something happens in a certain church that is affiliated to a certain umbrella body, the body can be invited by a good body like the Senate and ask them, we have seen this. What have you done with this? What have you done about this church? That's where I think the umbrella body falls, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes that have occurred.
In an effort to assist affected victims, the committee recommended the Ministry of Health to establish mental health service centers, signaling the DCI to investigate the relationship between the two controversial self-proclaimed men of God, Paul Mackenzie and Ezekiel Odero. The committee has also recommended the Communication Authority in the country, CAK, to establish a unit to control church news stations throughout the country, and stressed the two ministries of internal security and land continue to prevent the public from accessing Shakahola Forest, which is seen a crime scene owned by the Chakama Ranch list from the national government, recommending that they are no longer allowed to rent the land again. Finally, the committee has also recommended the Kilifi County government to enable the Kaya elders perform ritual in the Shakahola forest so as to cleanse the mysterious happenings in the forest. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv.
Farmers in Bungoma County have been urged to dig trenches in their farms so as to prevent soil erosion during this El Nino season, as they were taken through the best way to increase yields. And Cereal Growers Association, together with Bungoma County government, have asked the farmers to practice what they have been taught in order to deal with the effects of El Nino in their farms.
Kwa mambo na El Nino tunajaribu kufunza wakulima wetu kujiandaa kwa kutengeneza mitaro kwa mashamba yao, kwa sababu tunajua mvua ni chanzo cha kukua na mmomonyoko wa udongo kwa mashamba yetu. So ni vizuri wakulima wajiandae kwa kutengeneza mitaro kwa mashamba yao.
As an organization, we have partnered with Solidaridad in supporting the smallholder farmer in the maize value chain. And of course, we know the challenges the farmers are facing in producing. So we are coming in to fill the gap in supporting farmers to produce optimally per unit area. And of course, we have partnered with the county government in providing extension services and complementing the services that the county is offering to our farmers.
Time now to get sporty. Professional superbike champion Kennedy Marete is an adrenaline junkie who is considered one of the greatest road and circuit racers in Kenya. Winning 3 championships in 1 year will forever be a story he'll tell. Our reporter RUTO has more.
With his vast experience in the art, Marete's love for the bike kicked off at an early stage.
There's this one person from our neighborhood. He used to work for the government. And he had these, I think, Yamaha DT motorcycles, the 2-stroke ones. And one day he gave me a ride, and that thing changed my life.
Kennedy Marete is a perfect figure describing the true monument of Mashujaa, as he recalls, despite almost losing his life with the bike, he still manages to ride.
So when I noticed the guy, I went to the extreme left of the side of the road, because, you know, in the village where we don't have dual carriageways, you're able to just pass each other. Like, you keep left, everybody keeps left, you pass. So here we have 2 lanes which are supposed to be headed this way, and there's a guy coming this way. So in my common sense, I thought if I go to the left and I push myself to the extreme left, there's more than 2 lanes for this guy to be able to pass. But at the last second, he swapped. And the only chance I had to evade him was to jump over the car at the very last second as he hit the bike.
Marete stands out as a solid sports figure, having lots of accolades derived from previous superbike meetups.
I enrolled under the 600cc category with an adventure bike. It fell in the class. The CC was right for the class, but the problem is the people in those classes have 3- and 4-cylinder bikes, and I had a 2-cylinder adventure bike with the wrong tires and the wrong everything.
It has not been a rosy affair for Marete following his misfortune that left him disabled, but his prowess has led him to the mentorship path.
With 5 years of racing experience on the road, Kennedy now looks forward to nurture young talents. Reporting for Lookup Sports, I'm RUTO.
Thank you, RUTO. The long wait is finally over after the Kenya Federation of American Football, in collaboration with the American National Football League, set up a coaches clinic in a bid to ensure Kenyan coaches are well equipped out of the 2028 Olympic Summer Games in Los Angeles, America.
Kenyan coaches and players showed up in good numbers to get themselves equipped with the best knowledge in regards to the American football program, facilitated with the Kenyan American Football Federation.
The NFL is the main proponent of this flag football program in Kenya, and us being the second country the NFL has landed in Africa, it's a huge opportunity and advantage to us. So,
on a mission to ensure that the country is well represented in the 2028 Summer Olympics Games in Los Angeles, the Federation is keen in ensuring no coach is caught flat-footed, and that is why the training extends to high schools.
The announcement of flag football being part of the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028, we're thinking that this is like starting a journey, and we need to plan for that 2028 Los Angeles Olympics with the flag football.
Kenya comes in as second country in Africa to introduce the sporting discipline, with the notable figures like Moses Odeng being part and parcel of the training.
Kwa kusema kweli, vile kila mtu anajua, Africa, especially Kenya, tuko na serious talent. Na hiyo imejionyesha hapa kwa wachezaji wangu wakitrain, na tunataka kuwa the main, one of the biggest team out there. Na once kitu kama hii imeshika, hiyo ni opportunities, scholarships, watu kucheza nje.
The training is aimed at ensuring grassroots areas benefit from the NFL trainers who have pitched camp in the country.
In high schools, in universities, so it's taking root, and by virtue of these guys being here today, it shows us that there's hope and the sport will grow.
The ball now shifts to the 2028 Olympic Games, with all eyes set on what will be the Kenyan first American football team. Robert Chacha, Look Up.
And we've come to the end of the first part of this broadcast right here on Look Up Weekend. We are taking a break. When we come back, we'll be having our night's conversation. We'll be unpacking breast cancer in the country, the third causing death cancer in the country, breast cancer, and as well as the most prevalent cancer across the world. I will be speaking to Fatma Mohammed, who is the CEO of Wellness KE. Don't go too far.
Coming up on Center Stage, October is a Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with the theme for this year's campaign being Thrive 365, Breast Cancer on Your Own. Tonight, we have this conversation.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for